Hey everybody, it's Charlie. It's July 2nd, Thursday. In September, we were held hostage and told that if we don't give $700 billion to the same individuals who created this worst economic disaster since the Depression, that we'd have martial law on the streets, that the economy would just cease and people would be panicking, and the American people, by some estimates 1,000 to 1, begged their representatives not to vote for it, not to give it to them, but they did it anyway. Then the next administration comes in and is going to fix everything, but they just need a $1.3 trillion stimulus package. But we can't wait, we can't review, we can't think about it, we can't talk to people who saw this coming. We're going to trust the exact same people who were in place. Maybe they had different job titles, but they were the same players. We're going to trust that their opinion it doesn't even require a second opinion. They say a $1.3 trillion stimulus package will fix it, it'll fix it. So, our representatives, they don't bother reading the 1,400-page piece of legislation. They just pass it. And 1.7 million lost jobs later, we're on the verge of giving the Federal Reserve complete authority over this economy. Anything that they deem as systemic to this economy. We're halfway to a cap and trade bill being passed that is going to tax every aspect of your life. I mean, the EPA is going to be responsible for the quality of your home before you can sell it. The EPA is going to have authority over what kind of light bulbs you have, what emissions are coming out of your car, what's coming out of the factory you work in. Estimates are 2.5 million jobs a year are going to be lost under this bill, but they want to go on TV and talk about it as a job creator, as we're going to save the world with this bill. We're going to save the environment. Now, I don't know where you stand on the environment, but as far as I'm concerned, the debate isn't closed. There's a lot of scientists who believe that there could be other causes to global warming other than man. But I do know this. Whatever the debate is on global warming, it isn't finished. And it deserves more time to look at it before we absolutely just tax the United States to death over it. But it's not what we do these days. We don't debate anything. We hear it from a box. We hear it with fancy theme music behind it. We are the United States of entertainment. And if we're told something from that box with the fancy theme music behind it, we believe it. And it's to our own demise. So, looking back at just the last 8 months at what's gone on, and looking forward, I am certainly not optimistic for our future. Not even remotely. Anybody who's going out to a 4th of July tax protest or Tea Party, I thank you. And I know that thank you will fall on a very few people. Very few. Because most people are sound asleep. They just don't care. And if you were sitting there watching this thinking, well, what can I do about it? They're smarter than me, more intelligent people than I are going to fix this problem. That's the same thing as saying you just don't care. Because the fact is, if 1,000,000 to 1 called the Congress and said, don't give them any more money, don't give these bankers any more money, don't tax us anymore. If 100 million people were protesting in the streets That would change things. But if we have 1 million people go out this weekend, we're going to get labeled as nuts, teabaggers, whatever, disparaging comment becomes the catchphrase of the week. That's what's going to happen to us. So my advice is continue to talk to people, continue to try to wake them up, continue to try to prepare them, at least mentally, for the crash that's coming. But be assured of this. This crash, it is not going to be stopped. There is nobody in position of power that is doing anything remotely that's going to lead us to a recovery in the second half of 2009. Job losses are going to continue to rise. People are going to continue to become more and more desperate. And life's going to become very, very difficult. And I fear shortly. So, keep doing what you're doing. Keep mentally preparing. Keep physically preparing. Keep, materially preparing as best you can. But also embrace reality, because, that's what's going to save you in the end. All right, that's all I got.